this week, I'm not making any promises. Not entirely sure if this thing's ever going to run. Nah, it'll run sometime. Every week I make a promise that it'll run this week and it never does. So I'm not promising anything this week. It's just going to run or not run, or I won't have a video, whatever. So we've got the engine still sitting on the ground where I left it last week. It's had a long, hard think about it and it wants to live. So this is our little trick we did with the gearbox. We spaced it out with some washers. That's no bueno. So we've got a sandwich plate here. We're going to chuck that on. Got Joel here helping me out. Say g'day, mate.
G'day, YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. Cheeky little sausage. So he's going to chuck in the sandwich plate. So I'll get a time lapse of him doing that. I'm going to reseal the bottom half of the engine. And yeah, we'll keep going. Try and put this engine in the car tonight, this weekend, sometime, get it running. Make sure it actually makes oil pressure. If it doesn't, probably just going to get a JZ. Let's get after it. So I pre-purchased flex plate here, or whatever you want to call it, dust plate. Turns out to be the wrong one. So even when you try and line it up, oh, the bolt holes and stuff line up. So this is maybe for a CA or something. So what we do have, which isn't the most ideal solution in the world, are these washers. So we've got some, I mean, I don't love it. I don't know what we're going to do otherwise. So try to do the right thing. Try to get this dust shield. I don't know what that's from. Maybe it's from a CA or something small. The dude we picked it up from only has Nissan stuff, so limited to kind of that, but yeah, it's where we're at. None of the bolt holes line up. It's really small. I mean, obviously it's not going to change where the starter motor goes, you wouldn't have thought, so you got to line it up roughly somewhere there, line it up with a dowel, and then there's just nothing. So yeah, not sure, sorry. So probably just going to end up having washers on it, which I'm not totally stoked about, if I'm honest, but what can you do? So if you see us in the time lapse putting up washers up there and dicking around with them, it's not the right way to do it, but it is a way of doing it.
check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
So the SR20 went in a little bit easier this time, with the gate actually clocked to the backside. So it fell in there. I think it took us one song, so probably 3 or 4 minutes. That's the beauty of the time lapse. You don't get to hear all the tunes, and I don't get copyrighted for them. So got the SR in now. Just going to need to do all of our wiring, put back our fuel rail, all the little jobs, and I think we're going to leave the radiator and stuff out of it for the minute, just so we can fire it up, get some oil pressure, confirm this thing finally actually works after like 3 months. So let's keep going with it. We'll finish this thing off and get some oil pressure for you.
All right, mate. Let's see what happens. Struggling with a bit of battery power, but apparently we have got oil pressure. So we definitely have oil pressure, which is awesome. So this engine is starting to lubricate itself, which is what it's meant to do. So it's been a bit of a journey to get here, but
yeah, have it fired up for you guys here shortly. Just got a radiator and a couple little ancillaries. Shouldn't need too much work, and yeah, we'll get it to make some noise with the new dump, new turbo. Should be pretty angry, so we'll see with the new 272 cams. Now it actually might run, so we'll see. No counting chickens for the hatch. Just got some running oil from Penrite. This is kind of like a bit of a throwaway oil for us, so we'll actually start it up, run it, drain it, and then put more of this back in it for the dyno again. So this is like got a really high zinc content, and also doesn't break down. So it's really good for running in engines. So you really want to sacrifice is sort of a couple of oil changes just to get the first like wave of crap out of it, and then we'll put our good Tritec stuff in to go to the track. But yeah, we'll just top her up now because this is a bit low. Watch me, hopefully not spill it everywhere.
What the hell is even that?
Oh, Jesus.
Look, that's why we polish the rock cover so it all just runs away. So going to go through disable the injectors now, and we're going to set up the trigger offsets. So no matter where you put the cam angle sensor, we can just offset it down here, presuming the timing light wants to work this time.
So we'll just we'll lock her at 10 degrees. And we'll just reboot that.
So hopefully if the timing light works now, which there's no guarantees, we should see 10 degrees down here on the balance.
You ready, mate?
Yep, all good. Yep. There's a couple of little things to tidy up. Just got to do like a map reference to the wastegate controller, whatever that's called. I can't recall what it is right now. I'll post it here somewhere when I remember what it is. So yeah, it's time to fire it up for the first time since, when was the last time this car ran?
FMD?
When was that?
Yeah, that was quite some time ago when we had that weird lifter noises.
Yeah, that's where it dropped a lifter. Well, not dropped, it collapsed the lifter and didn't pick it up for ages, and then magically just picked it up. It'd never done that before. And then after the event, we noticed that it had 5 psi oil pressure warm when it was at idle. So that's what actually made us pull the engine out, because I was like, it's clearly got a problem. It's clearly worn out. So it's been a few months. So let's see if it fires up.
Just put a heat cycle through her. She had a little bit of a misfire. Unfortunately, one of the injector pins decided that it didn't like us, maybe got damaged, all the in and out and so forth, but that's a pretty simple fix. Yeah, so we picked cylinder 1 back up and it sounds really healthy, so yeah, a bit more to do and then get it down to the dyno, hopefully, and see if we can, what do you reckon?
Yeah, nearly
turn up the heat or what?
Turn up the heat. No, it's nearly ready for a tune. The idle sounds pretty cooked right now, like with the different cams and stuff. It's not terribly happy at idle right now, but as soon as you rev it up, it kind of clears itself out for the minute. So we know at least it runs on all 4. We solved that injector issue, so it doesn't sound like a tractor anymore. So yeah, we just kind of have to wait and see. Gonna let it cool right down now after its first heat cycle. So hopefully sets some clearances pretty alright, and yeah, I'll fire it back up in the morning, fix that injector plug, and then we're all good for the dyno. So just needs a tail shaft and a bonnet. So we might even go drifting soon, who knows. Alright guys, that's probably going to be this week's episode from us. So do you have anything else you want to say, Joel?
No, not really, man. It's just good to hear this thing running again, and hopefully we can go and do some events and get some more points in the championship and enjoy every moment of it.
So the next episode, now it actually runs, will be the dyno. So thank you so much for watching. Tell your mum to subscribe. I know she's been watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.